Hey guys, so I'm thinking about going back to Aruba. This will make my third time going there. The last time I went was actually in 2020 in March, and it was around the crazy week where everything was changing. You know, the week where former president, was shutting down entry from certain countries, and we were going into lockdown. And when I got back, people were clearing the shelves. It was that exact week that I went to Aruba and I was coming back, and everyone was so scared, and so people were, changing up their travel plans and whatnot. That was the week. And then prior to that, I went a few years before that. So the reason I want to go is, obviously I want to enjoy the weather, but I really want to get on a motorcycle. And I know if I go to Aruba, I can ensure that I already know the place where I can go to rent a motorcycle. The place is called George's. The first time I went to Aruba, I rented a motorcycle. The second time at ATV, and I was able to go around the island. The island is not that big. You're not gonna get lost, especially if you go where they tell you to go. So I really am considering that. But I wanna share with you guys some changes from the last time I went and from now. One of the changes is that you need a ED card. So the ED card, formerly known as the embarkment disembarkment card, it's the paperwork you usually fill out in the plane when you're about to land. So instead of filling it out and handing it over to someone, that's become digitalized. So you'll do it online. So that's one thing that has changed. Another thing is you need like travel insurance to go there right now. Before, I think it was only suggested, but it seems like you really need it now. Another thing is you have to figure out if they consider that you're from a high-risk country, because your testing time frame will be a little different. So like I checked, if you're from like Central America, Latin America, Africa, they consider that high-risk tier countries. And so before you needed testing within 72 hours, now they made it within 48 hours. So they need to test much sooner. And so that's something to consider. Here's a dope thing about Aruba, maybe a lot of you guys don't know. Now, like I said, the process to enter is great. The process leaving is great as well. Here's why I say that. Because there's US TSA agents over there in Aruba, which means that after you go through that process, how we normally would here, or you deal with immigration, once you land back in the States, instead of going through immigration, the immigration part sucks when you enter back. Instead of going through that, you literally will stop at a gate that is a kind of like a domestic gate, where it's like you're coming from another state, and you'll just be able to go on your way. So that's really cool. In other words, it's almost like if you're going from like New York to LA, you just get off the plane and you keep it moving. That will save you so much time and hassle, because when you usually arrive in the States, you have to retrieve your bag, and then sometimes they want to scan it to see if you got any goods or whatnot. And now you won't have to do that. And potentially before, you would probably get a delay, because there's long lines of people trying to, some re-enter, but other people that are just, getting to the airport and they need to check in, for the first time. So now you're already in, you get to chill. You might even have extra time to get a meal or two for your family. So that's super cool. So let me know if this was helpful. You'll definitely have a good time. It's very Americanized there in terms of you can have some local food. If in fact, you have a taste for your American food, it's there. And if you want to ride a motorcycle or ATV or something like that, I can just look for a place called George's, and they'll definitely have what you need. To rent a motorcycle and ATV is around $100. Definitely for the motorcycles is $100, but it also depends how long you want to rent it for. If you want to rent for like 4 hours, you're around the $100 mark. If you want to rent more than that, then it will go to like $125 and up. So hopefully this was helpful, and I really want to go there. If I can find another place in which I can guarantee that I'll ride a motorcycle, I'll definitely consider it. So hopefully this was helpful. Until next time, David Arang, No Frontier, over and out. See you.